I went to a Dodger game on Tuesday in LA, and I got a story about it. And I'm going to tell you, and you're going to like it. But Konnor Griffin is here today. The man, the myth, the legend, the 19-year-old phenom, most exciting guy to debut since probably Paul Skeens, which is crazy because they're both Pirates. But bring the young buck up. Let's see what he does. We're going to talk about fans in LA and other places. And we're going to talk about Konnor Griffin. And we're going to make it quick and enjoyable and fun because this is a Hold My Ball podcast. Let's get to business. If you are here, thank you. Thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe, share, do all the things that don't cost you any money to support. I appreciate you so much. We have great partners on this show in Slab Dynasty. It's where I rip all my card packs. It's what I do whenever I'm feeling like it. I just hop on my phone, rip some packs. Everybody's happy. SlabDynasty.com. Check them out. And our friends at Caesar Sportsbook. Hold my ball. DYW. That's your code over there. Hold my ball, DYW. What that does is you double your winnings after your first $1 bet. Bet $1, and then the next 10 bets, you could double your winnings. And the cool thing about it is you don't have to do it on the next 10 immediately. You could just like store them in your account and use them when you want. Caesar Sportsbook. Gamble responsibly. Must be 21 and older. Now let's get to this. I'm going to go straight to the Dodgers story first because I went to Dodger Stadium on Tuesday night for Yoshi bobblehead night. It was pretty cool. Now, it was raining. The place was absolutely packed first. Like, I mean packed. And I've been to Dodger games. Listen, the parking lot sucks. There's a lot of things about it that are not fun. But the ballpark has a really good historical vibe to it, obviously. The fans, I didn't see a single Cleveland Guardian fan in the whole building. And I know people say, oh, well, they're scared to be there. Freaking, they just don't want to go into a baseball game to cost them their life. Fair enough. I went, had a great time. Got recognized by some people. That's always fun for me. It always starts with just like, are you the ball guy? I'm like, yeah, buddy. Do you want to take a picture? Like, I usually ask them because it makes me feel cool. So if you ever see me out in public, say what's up to me. Trust me, I love it. Doesn't happen often. So when it does, I'm like, yeah. Anybody else seeing this happen? Anybody else around here seeing me? Like I might be famous. So it's raining and the people are moving out of the seats that are not, the walkways are full. The seats that are not under some awnings are not empty, but close. So we get to the 7th or 8th inning, and I'm like, well, I'm going to shoot all the way down there and swoop some of those seats that are, not cheap. Not cheap. All the people are gone. It's like the 8th inning. It doesn't matter. I'm not stealing somebody's seats. They're just vacated because of the rain and probably leaving early so they don't have to spend 72 hours in the parking lot. And I'm with a buddy, and I sit down. We sit down in our seats. And the seats. We go all the way down. We're like right before the super expensive ones. And this is just the most Dodger fan story there is. And I am a Dodger fan, and every fan base has the couple people that ruin it for them, Every one of them. Like, I know a bunch of Yankee fans in real life. They're awesome. Every Yankee fan. I know some good ones here, too, online. But for the most part, the online Yankee fans, for me, awful. Everybody hates Dodger fans. I'll say rightfully so. A team that wins with fans that are rowdy, I guess you call it rowdy maybe, it's understandable. But I got a taste of it myself. So I'm down here. I go down here. I sit in the seat. My buddy sits right next to me. And to his credit, I sat in this number 2 seat. He sat in the 1 in the aisle. So, like, I didn't give him any room. He sits down. I sit down. I'm like, I wiped the seat off, made sure it was good. It was all wet from the rain. I sit down for a few, and I'm like, I realize I'm like, the freaking yawn. Just makes an appearance every time. Our elbows are like touching, and I'm like, there's nobody here. I'm going to scoot over. So I get up, And I like scoot over a seat and I sit and I'm like, dang it. And I stand up. I'm like, just freaking got my whole butt wet from the rain. So I'm like standing there just like wiping the seat off real quick. Maybe 3 seconds, maybe 4. I don't know. Maybe. And what do I hear as I'm doing that? What do I hear? What do you think I hear? I'll tell you what I heard. I hear, you want to get your fucking big ass fucking head out of the fucking way? Motherfucker. And I'm like, oh, shit. I turn around and what do I see? I see a Dodger fan. I see a heavy set woman yelling at me, but vulgarly, not nice, using cuss words, because I was in her way for 3 seconds. And I went, my bad, that's me. That's on me. Hey, look, I got some feel. I get it. I turned around, I looked at her, and I looked at the guy she was with. I'm like, well, that's a losing battle for me no matter what I say right here. And I had some things to say, believe that. But I sat down and I looked at my buddy and I laughed. I'm like, jeez, man. Is that, And he's like, hey, you were standing there for a long time. Because he's that kind of guy. And I'm like, no, I wasn't, number one. And to just say it the way they said it, I'm like, this is such a Dodger fan thing. And as this happens, I sit down, I laugh about it for a second. And when I look forward, there's like an usher or an employee of Dodger Stadium who's in the yellow seats, or the blue ones, whatever they are, right behind home. I'm drawing a blank on the color right now. The first rows behind home. There's like 5 rows. There's a guy who has like a ponytail. He just looks like a guy who probably had a really successful band in the early 90s. And he's in the wrong seat, but he has a seat in the section. And I see him arguing with somebody, an usher, an employee. And he's like, you have to get yours. There's nobody down there. There's nobody in these seats anymore because of the rain. And this guy's like, yeah, it's not like I didn't pay $400,000 for these tickets over the years. And I'm like, this is just so LA. It's so LA. And if I wasn't a Dodger fan and I went to the game and that was my experience, I'd be like, these people are the worst. Or exactly as advertised. I got one lady yelling at me that is big, and that's fine. The only reason I say that she's big is because it matters for later in the story, because guess what? There's more. So I'm like looking at that. I'm like, oh, irritated. And then I look at the guy in front of me. I'm like, of course, some celebrity that we don't know that probably thinks he's a big deal, talking about how he spent $500,000 on tickets at Dodger Stadium, and this guy that works here and has a job to do isn't going to tell him shit. As Dodger as it gets. So now, fast forward to the 9th inning, which is about 10 minutes later. 5 minutes. It's like 5 minutes later. Edwin Diaz is coming in. That's why we were still there, because the game was like 4-0 or something. I'm like, hey, you only get so many chances to see Edwin Diaz come in with the trumpets. And he did. As he comes into the game, the entire crowd is standing, right? Everybody's standing and recording and watching and cheering and going nuts because it's sick. It was sick. And what do I hear as all this is going on? What do you think I hear? I'll tell you what I hear. I hear the lady behind me, the same lady behind me, say, excuse me, nicely, so nice. And then it goes, I turn around, and it was loud because the friggin' trumpets are blasting. Everybody's like, we're fired up. The lights are just like off and flashing. You got to talk loud for somebody to hear you. Excuse me, real nice though. I turn around, it's her. Guess what she's doing? She's not standing up, I'll tell you that. She's not standing up like the rest of the people. She's sitting in her seat and she says, could you please scoot over? I can't see. You know what I did? I said, hey, No problem. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to say, why don't you get your fat ass up out of the seat? Why don't you do that? Like the rest of the 99.9% of people that are in the building. I mean, the lack of self-awareness to yell at me like she did. And I acknowledged what she said to me earlier. I acknowledged it. Like she knew I heard her. So then 2 minutes later, she's going to be real nice because she needs me to sit down. All of a sudden, she's not pissed. You know why she's not pissed? Because now it's either ask me nicely to scoot over or stand up. And that was way too much work for her. So, do I understand why people dislike Dodger fans? Yeah. Are all the Dodger fans I know and most 99% of the ones I met that night friggin' awesome? Yeah. Did I see a Cleveland fan there? No. Do I think it's one of the best fan bases in all of sports? Absolutely. And do I think the Dodgers have done an incredible job with just being a baseball team over the past 10 years? Yeah, because that stadium was electric. The sound system is blaring. Everything about it was done really, really well. And I know, oh, they're all the same. They all have sound systems. They do and they don't. The Dodger Stadium one is good. It sounds really good. Really good. So does Petco. But the song choices, not even for the players, just for in between things when there's dead time, very cool. Good vibe. I haven't been there in a while. It was nice. And Shohei pitched. I got to watch Shohei Ohtani pitch. I got to watch Edwin Diaz come in, and I got to see that entrance. It was about as good as you could ask for a Dodger game. Got a Yoshi bobblehead. That's awesome. Those things are selling for like $400 on eBay. Might see mine on there. Who knows? Anyways, so I get it. I just want to come out and say that. I understand. It's okay. I think I'm a cool Dodger fan. I think I'm part of the majority of Dodger fans. The minority is the ones that even I look at and go, you're the worst. Anyways, on to actual real important things that are not just my life. Konnor Griffin is going to be, by the time this podcast come out, probably starting a game in like 3 hours. And that is friggin' awesome because this kid is 19 years old. Drafted 2024 as the 9th overall pick, and he is the most athletic, the most promising. This is like the most hyped up anybody's been for, I think, like a position player debut since probably like Bryce Harper, truthfully. And the similarities in these two are actually kind of crazy. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But listen, Griffin, if you've paid attention at all, has absolutely lit the minor leagues on fire for 1 year. He played 5 games in AAA this year, dominated, had 4 jacks in spring training, but then I think a lot of strikeouts. These freaking yawns. A lot of strikeouts, but he said, I think he was trying to do too much. And I don't say I think from watching. That's what I heard him say. So he was pressing, trying to earn a spot. He's a 19-year-old kid. He's got his head on straight. I interviewed him. He was like my 3rd interview of this Hold My Ball podcast. So thank him for coming on. But he also signed an extension today. 9 years, I think, 130 mil. And people are torn on it. And that just shows you how jaded and unbelievable the money has gotten in baseball. A 19-year-old signed a 9-year, $130 million deal, and people are like, oh, man, what a steal for the Pirates. And it is, but, like, there's people talking about the fact that, like, he shouldn't have done this. Got to bet on yourself. It's $130 million. You don't need more than that in your lifetime. I would know. Because so far I've been okay. And I'm not anywhere in the ballpark. Or truthfully, I'm not even on the planet of that. And I'm surviving. Chances are you're listening to me. You're in my boat. And you're surviving. We're not even in boats. We're like in spaceships. Because we're not even on the same planet of that. And this is like when we went to the moon era, not right now. Spaceships like when we went to the moon. Like we can't even afford those. We're in the fake studio. that everyone thinks they were in when they went to the moon. And maybe they were, maybe they weren't, I don't know. But that's where I'm at, and guess what? I'm surviving just fine. So $130 million for a 19-year-old. Here's what Bryce Harper made. Bryce Harper came in the league at 19. His first 7 years with the Washington Nationals, he made about $50 million. And then he signed like a $300 million contract or something. In 9 years, Konnor Griffin's going to be 28 years old. In Bryce Harper's 28, 29, 30, like 31 seasons, here you go. 28 years old, MVP, Silver Slugger. 29, All-Star. 30, MVP. He was 12th in the standings and a Silver Slugger. 31 years old, All-Star, 6th in MVP voting, and a Silver Slugger. He's in his prime at 28. So instead of having to bet on himself and hope that he gets paid because he dominates baseball for the next several years, that's a tough gig. That's a tough thing to bet on, even if it's yourself. So instead he's going to wrap up $130 million. And when he's 28 and he's a free agent, and if he does what everybody thinks he is, which is be one of the greatest prospects of all time that now shows up and is a 5-tool guy and does his job, you know what 180 million, you know what 130 mil is going to look like? Pocket change. He's going to sign for $700 million. That's what's going to happen. So why would he not take $130 million? Why would he bet on himself right there to get what? A little money earlier? You already got generational wealth right now. Sometimes it's better just not to gamble. And man, what kind of baseball can you play when you're relaxed and you're paid and you're young? It's the older guys that get paid and then check out. Those are the guys. But when you're 19, you're pumped that this kid just signed a $130 million contract and is making his major league debut today. Doesn't get any better. I mean, are you kidding me? So, yeah, he should take it. And what he's going to do, in my opinion, is be very, very good. He reminds me a lot of Bryce Harper just from a prospect standpoint. Obviously, he's a big deal. The kid knows how to play the game. He's a 5-tool guy. He's got speed. He can run. He can play defense. He can play short, center field. He can bounce around, outfield. And the Pirates need both. They need short and center field. Defensively, they need center field real bad. O'Neal Cruz, I love the guy to death. I really do. I like him, but not great defensively. Shortstop they have, he's not hitting. Griffin can really change the dynamic of this team. I mean, he could be a Bobby Witt. He could be that guy. And I hope he does, man. I really hope he does. I like him a lot. But we'll see. I just think he's going to have kind of an electric start. I think he's going to have a really good game today. I think. We'll see. But the Bucks, man, the old Pirates. You got Paul Skeens, Konnor Griffin. If Konnor Griffin shows up, wins an MVP, does what everyone thinks he's going to do, lives up to the hype, these are two of the most exciting major league debuts in recent memory, and both of them are the Pirates. They're certainly the two most exciting in the last, 3 years? Skeens was 24. That was unbelievable. Everybody was waiting to watch him pitch. Everybody's going to be waiting to see this kid play. So I interviewed him a while ago. Like I told you, he is one of the guys that you meet and you go, holy crap, this dude is genuine. What a good man. I'm excited for him. I mean, this is the best part for me about doing these interviews. I get to know the people a little bit, and then I got a personal connection to root for him. I want to see him succeed. And now I'm excited he's making his debut. I talked to him a year ago. I said, hey, man, you keep doing what you're doing. Next time I talk to you, you're going to be a big leaguer. Sure enough. So good for him. I think he's going to make 130 mil. I think he's going to do really, really, really well for the next 7 years. I think he's going to sign for 700 plus. If this offseason, the players union and Major League Baseball guys all figure it out, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. But that is why you're seeing guys extend like this, because clubs are trying to get these contracts in now so that the idea, and I'm sure it will be, 100% will be, is that any pre-existing contract that has been signed and done by both sides before like December 1st, when this meeting happens or whatever, when everything's figured out, every contract that's already in existence will be grandfathered in. You can't just change a contract. So Ohtani, all those guys, it's going to be what it's going to be. Soto, those big contracts are going to remain regardless of what happens here. So I'm interested to see how many more teams do deals like this. The kid's never played a big league game in his life, ever. And he's already signed for 9 years, $130 million. So the Pirates know what they have. This is a great move by them. I was pissed he didn't make the opening day roster, like really pissed. But now this is why we just don't know anything. We don't know anything. We really don't. I'm sure they had already told him, look, go down to AAA, get your hacks in. We're on the road to start the season. We're calling you up. You're going to be here for the home opener. I think it's a really good move by the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm not afraid to eat crow. I was like, why is this kid not going to be there? He needs to be on the opening day roster. This is a friggin' joke. No, they did right by him. 9 years, $130 million. Good for him. And they're debuting him at home. It's pretty friggin' awesome. So Pirates, my cap is off to you. I hope Griffin works out as good as anybody has ever worked out in the big leagues. And that's it. That's it, guys. If you got any questions, if you've stayed this long, please drop them in the comment section here. Even feedback. I'd like to hear what do you guys like? What do you want to hear more of? What do you want to hear less of? This is our podcast. I mean, I just sit here and ramble, but you guys want to chat with me. You want to leave me some comments. You want to tell me what you like to hear. I'll say what you like to hear. I'll discuss what you like to hear. You got questions, I'll answer them. So thank you guys for listening. My voice is gone. It's just gone. I went to a camp this week on Monday and Tuesday with a whole bunch of kids. I was talking loud. I was yelling in a good way. I was screaming. I was going, woohoo. I was Fortnite emoting on people. Oh. That was my life. That's why my voice sounds the way it does. But it is time for this show to end. Once I start talking about Fortnite and emotes, it's over. The show is over. Let's get the music going. Like, subscribe, do all the things that don't cost you any money to support the Hold My Ball podcast. I thank you guys. I love you guys. And I'll see y'all in the next episode.